Good afternoon. I'm MJ from Lioness Publications, and today we're going to come and take a quick look at Erica Kirk again. I have a video from before which I really strongly suggest you take a look at because it really covered all the points as to what's happened so far with her. We talked in that one, pretty much how, that heartbreak she's having, it's real, but she's also going to use it to make money. That's just what it is. It's part of her life story. And I mentioned that in the last video. I also mentioned she's going to be boxed in by Charlie's pretty much legacy. And what happens is it's not just his legacy, but his fans. His fans are going to expect her to act a certain way. The GOP wants her to act a certain way. So she's boxed in by everyone's expectations of what they think she should be. So it's a difficult time. And I'm not saying, she's an angel here. She did have that little thing on stage with Vance. Maybe that wasn't really such a good thing to go do, but maybe it was part of her grand scheme, to move ahead and where she wants to end up. So she is someone that's going to look after herself and her children. Now, her faith is still sort of in here, but again, her faith, the way she looks at it and the way Charlie did, I think are different. And I'm not sure if she can take over Turning Point successfully as a lead person, because what she puts out is different energy than what Charlie did. So she may have to get someone to sort of come in and do that. And she has been having sort of guest speakers coming in to do that. But it's still, how is she going to handle this going forward? It's still a question. And we're still seeing this. And that's what I said. It's not going to be something that's going to be resolved. What is she going to do with this legacy that she has of Charlie's? Is it going to be his? Is it going to be hers? Is it going to change? And what's going to be the front of the company? Is it going to be her? Is it going to be someone else? Is she going to go back to doing what she did before? So the last video I covered up to the end of December, so let's take it up from January. January, the first thing we have is we've got Saturn in conjunct Venus. So here we've got Saturn. Difficult angle, so restrictions. It's a break and adjust. And what is it on? Venus, so social relationships. So this is a key that people are just not going to let her be. They're not going to let her, not that she's enjoying life, but I think every time she's doing something, she's going to be questioned as to whether or not that's something Charlie would like her to be doing. Either that, or if she wants to move into the GOP, is that what the GOP wants her to be doing? Now that's on 1/7. And that's sort of the major one for that month. But on 2/1 in 26, we have Saturn trying Sun. And that's a great angle. Saturn, in this case, is going to be very focused. And it's very harmonious with what it's trying to do. And what is it? It's going to help her build up her identity, who she is. So she's going to be very focused on that. And before, this would have been retrograde, so now it's direct. So you're probably going to start seeing the results. Next thing we have is 2/7. We've got Saturn squaring Uranus. So what's Saturn? Well, number one, it's in a difficult angle. So that means Saturn here is going to be restrictions on what? The change that she has in her natal chart. So change needs to be done, but in effect, there are things that are restricting her from doing that. And it's likely that it's her relationship with, Turning Point and maybe with other groups now, how to move ahead, that's stopping that. But she has to change things. It's just that it's difficult. Things are stopping her from getting there, but she has to. So she's going to have to move ahead one way or the other. Now, we've got a great angle on 2/10, and that's the North Node conjuncting the North Node. So she knows where she wants to go. It's just, can she get there? Okay. And this is where, in effect, she feels like she's got her path. She's got her karmic thing that she wants to get to. And I sort of think it's more in a belief system. But the question is whether the people around her are going to help her get there. Next thing we have is Saturn squaring Saturn. This is on 221. In this case, it's a square, so it's a difficult angle. We've got Saturn squaring Saturn. This is probably a business type of thing where things are just not working out. So it could be that maybe Turning Point is losing money. Maybe it's just, decisions aren't being made. But there's some issues here that she has to fix. So squares they're in your face. You have to do something. It's like a crisis that comes up. The next thing we have is Neptune squaring Saturn. And this is on 224. Now, Neptune, I take that to be her belief system. And that's squaring, in effect, Saturn in her chart. And looking at that, it's probably the business side of everything that has to do with Charlie and for her. And she may realize at this point that she can't do it all. So she's going to have to make some decisions as to bring someone else in, have a different front for the company, or maybe she wants to be into Turning Point and change the other things. But she has to change. She has to change her vision, in effect, to something that is workable. Now on 313, we've got Saturn conjunct Mars. This is sort of good and bad in that Saturn is conjuncting, it's making you focus. So you're sort of hemmed in this case it's on Mars, for actions. So she can sort of act, but it's very disciplined, very focused. So this seems to be a time that she may end up actually knowing where she wants to go, and she's trying to get there. So she's putting her all into doing that. Now on 329, we have Uranus opposing Sun. And this is something that's been happening. It happened before on 1210. And it's a disruption to her identity. Sun is her identity. Uranus is change. So she has to somehow, change is coming to her. Is it change from Turning Point? Is it change from Charlie's fan base? Is it change from her fan base? So somehow these groups that she is in effect adhering to are going to want to have some type of change. And maybe she also wants to change too. But it's an opposition, which is difficult. So in effect, you're going against other people. Other people are arguing with you. Other people, it's a back and forth. So it's difficult, but you have to resolve things. So in all, for January, February, March, she's got two really good angles here. And one, Saturn conjunct Mars, is a little difficult, but you can get work done with that. But focused work, not anything else. And the rest are difficult, which is sort of what I would expect. I think she's going to be getting still a lot of comments about how she should act from Charlie's fan base. And she's going to maybe get comments from her fan base why she's not doing what she was doing before. So she's in sort of a, no-win situation. She can't win everything. So interesting to see when we do another update on her in a few months where she is. But I really suggest you go back and take a look at the other video. It's, it sort of covers, what was happening and maybe how, being, newly widowed woman, not understanding how to act sometimes in a public arena when you're being forced to act or be on stage. So I hope you enjoyed this and have a great day. Bye now.